You've been hearing a lot in the news about interest rates, inventory, and the change in the housing market. Listen in as the team at TaylorMade Deep Creek Vacations and Sales talks about how things are going here in Garrett County, Maryland, and whether or not this housing market is stabilizing.
The last 2 years were record-breaking thanks to historically low mortgage rates, millennials becoming home buyers, and a lack of inventory due to years of underbuilding, and sellers holding back their listings due to the ongoing health crisis.
The National Association of Realtors predict that the market in 2022 will match the market of 2020. Their stats predict that the existing home sales will be about the same.
Oftentimes we keep hearing the word about a real estate correction. For something to be corrected, it'd have to be broken. It wasn't really broken the last couple of years, it was just kind of unheard of. I mean, the lack of inventory, COVID of course, people throwing thousands of dollars always over list price. That wasn't normal, it doesn't really need fixed, it just was out of this world. So you think about a couple of years before that, 2015 to 2019, just normal. There's some houses on the market, you're gonna have to look at several to find the one you want. You're gonna have to qualify for a regular interest rate, whether that means you according to your circumstances. It's just, what we were seeing is not real life. So we're getting back to real life. So personally, I think most people and agents feel that that's gonna be better long-term to have a normalization of the market.
And ask a lot what we think about the market as of right now. I predict that our market will not tank. We do not have the same set of circumstances that we did 15 years ago. And once that market tanked, it steadily and slowly got better each year. 2019 was a good year. COVID, here comes 2020. It got kind of crazy and extremely crazy in 2021. With the help of our inventory being a little bit higher than we have in the last, say, year or two, it's still not where we need to be, but I think our market is probably going towards some sort of being normal in a situation, real estate situation. We do have higher interest rates. Folks don't have as much disposable income, gas prices, everything kind of affects the housing market. But on the same token, with our inventory being a little bit higher, but still below normal, I think that things will start to come to a good spot as far as supply and demand.
People begin to think or talk about market correction in our real estate market here. I don't know that I want to term it correction. I want to term it more as going back to more normal, which whatever normal is, I think none of us really remember that. But I think it's back to where using your skills as a real estate agent is going to become much more important than it has in the last few years, because the last couple of years you put a price out and you either paid the price or you didn't pay it. Now your agent, your buyer agent, is going to have to do more negotiating for you, I think, because we're seeing markets go out, but we're also starting to see price decreases that we have not seen. Showings are down. April, I believe, we're down about 10% over last year. So I think we're going to get back to, with our inventory is starting to creep up. I believe we've got 138 residential properties on the market, which is not a lot for a market. It normally carries 400 to 450. But it's better than 2 or 3 months ago when we were looking at 70 to 80. So we're almost double what we had a few months ago. And I think that's going to continue to creep up, especially with some of the prices that probably are still being put on the market. I think we're going to see price decreases. I don't see crashing the market. I still think there's demand out there, but I do think we need to really consider the rising interest rates and the lack of discretionary spending that people are going to have now with the way the economy is going.
I do think that the housing market is correcting. There have been signs of it for quite some time. And ultimately, where we are around mid-June, you see interest rates starting to rise rapidly. You see inflation numbers that are kind of off the charts. Travel is thawing out, so people are going to more and more different destinations. That is all one big recipe for the housing market cooling off. And I think we do see that here at the Great Lake.